Hello and thank you so much for joining me tonight. Tonight's a bit late. I got back from a holiday yesterday. We were in Wales for the week and I thought let's get creative, let's get crafting and let's do something that's quick and easy because I'm short on time. So you can join me on being short on time. So this is one of my episodes where we only have half an hour to create something and that's what we're going to do tonight. So there are 18 roughly videos in this series. I've got the playlist linked at the end of the video. And I'll try and link it down below in the description box as well. Now tonight we are going to have some fun with some button dies. I've got these ones from Craftelier, which they sent me last week, and I absolutely love them. They're super cute, super small. However, there are two dies in this little tiny set that don't really work because they kind of cut too much and then you get some of your paper stuck in there, as I've shown you in that picture just before. I've also got these ones from Creative Expressions. There's a whole bunch in this die set. I really love these as well. The other ones I love more because they've got some different shapes and they've got the beautiful stitching as well. Whereas these are very traditional buttony shapes, but I'm using them all today in this video. And as you can see, they all fit nicely on the mini Sizzix die cutting machine. So you can just sit there and cut away. And I did these while I was watching a bit of TV and I just shoved them all into one little folder on my desk. So I've got all my buttons in one place ready to go. And I'm hoping that I'll have another video coming out with these dies because they are super, super cute. I love button dies and I can't wait to use them again. I've got some kind of 3D imaged kind of card plan in my head that I want to try and bring to life. The other thing I'm going to use today is I'm going to use a circle die and then a sort of scallopy edged circle die just to add some decorative pattern to my card. I've got a card base. This one here is 5 7/8 and I've gone for about roughly 1/8 of an inch smaller on my two top layers. I've got some beautiful cardstock which is also from Craftelier that they sent me last week and I love it. It's got gorgeous colors and I thought I'd pick out the sort of greenish bluish color to use tonight. Now if you've watched me before you know I love to use the same color just different tones. I find it works really well. It takes all the thinking out of your card making. So I'm going with all the blues on the top of the card and all the pinky purples as my sort of decorative embellishments. I've got one of these things here. Remind me what it's called. I want to call it a protractor, but I think that's the half circle thingy. So I'm not sure what this one is. I can't remember, but that's what we're going to use today. I actually had to go into town to get one because I bought one ages ago and couldn't find it for the life of me. So I had to pop into town, grab a new one, and we're ready to create. These are the dies I'm using as my scallopy edge. I'm not sure if they're available. If everything that is available, I will link it down below in the description box for you so you can find it. Now, this fun little device doesn't hold the pens, which I found out the hard way. I plan to use some shimmery, glittery pens and it wouldn't hold them. So it holds pencils great, which is what I'm using here with the colored pencils. But the pens, we have to get a little bit more creative in the long run. Now, of course, you can do this freestyle, and I did do a freestyle one, which I'll show you at the end. I did a freestyle circular one, which I forgot to share. And then I also did a square one as well. You can do whatever shape you fancy. You can use a ruler if you want to keep it neat. You can use one of these swirly whirlies, whatever they're called, if you want to do a circular one. You can do triangles, obviously you could use a ruler, or you can go freehand and just go messy. Today I felt like it needed to be tidier and neater. I didn't like the look of the circular one without using this device, so I went ahead and used this. And all I'm doing here is I am following the circle. I made a mark in the middle of my square of where the center was. Start running my little thing around. Sometimes I turn the paper, sometimes I turn the thingy. I just had fun with it, and then I kind of went off to the side, a little bit to the right, then a little bit to the left, to kind of get my circles to overlap a little bit. Now here's where I had my problem. I couldn't then use my glitter pens, which I really wanted to do to add a bit of sparkle, so I dug out my dies. My slightly larger dies, you could obviously get a cup, a mug, a bowl, a plate, whatever works for you, and just trace it to get those circular shapes if your pen won't fit in the doodad that we're using. So I'm again moving it slightly to the left, slightly to the right, so that it kind of goes a little bit wonky and over, but keeping it a bit neat and tidy. I felt like it just got too messy when I freehanded it, so that's why I'm using that fun thing. So now I'm going to go ahead and cut some layers. I've got my beautiful holographic card as my backing layer. I'm going to use it as a backing layer here again. This holographic card is from Rainbow Card in the UK. They do ship worldwide. They are fantastic quality cardstock. I can't recommend them enough. They do all the foils. They have the holographic, they have the gold, they have green, they have red, they have all the colors. I'll link them down below for you. There is a discount code if you're a first time shopper with them that they kindly gave me to give to all of you guys. Now these are my new stamps. You will see them probably in every single video until you can't get them anymore because they are the bee's knees. You can get happy, you can get birthday, then you can get thank, and you can get you, and you can mix and match. I love mixing and matching fonts, and this is why. You're going to see me here. I'm going to use happy and birthday, 2 different fonts. And then I'm going to do different colors for all 3 of my layers. And I just love how it looks. So again, because I'm going with the blues, I'm doing my stamping in the blues as well. And if you're joining me on Saturday night, you better believe I'm having a glass of wine while I'm getting crafty. So feel free to join me with a drink. Now I'm adding on my blues. I'm not thinking about what colors I'm doing, what shades I'm doing. I'm just making sure they're blue. And that is the easiest way to make sure your card will look cracking good. Just as long as it's the same color, different shades, it will look so fantastic. Now, do as I say and don't do as I'm doing. Make sure you glue all your layers together before you start assembling the front of your card. I don't know what was going on with my brain. Maybe I had a glass too much, too early. I'm only on my 2nd glass now as I'm doing my voiceover, by the way. But I just wasn't thinking, and my layers are going on and going down, but I haven't even glued that top layer to my base. So it did make it a little bit more difficult when I needed to glue that to my other layers, given I'm starting to add some dimension to the front. So make sure you put all your layers together before you add your dimension, or you will have a fun time trying to get it sorted, because it then becomes bumpy and lumpy. And I do add some liquid drops, which then could go a little squishy wishy as well. So I'm adding on my buttons. I am randomly sticking them down on my little pattern that I created in the background. It's just a beautiful, lovely little way to add a bit of extra eye-catching fun. And this, if you wanted it to be more masculine, you could keep as all blues. But I'm going for some pinks and purples in there as well. And I'm just adding a bit more fun to it. I just didn't feel like doing all blues. I did all blues on my other one, which I'll show you at the end. You can also go and raid your stash of all the pinks and purples. So I've got sequins, I've got little shaped sequins, I've got these sort of flat back gems. Most of these, no, all of these are from Alina's shop on AliExpress, so I will link them down below for you. And my other problem is I should have done the sort of scrapbook.com's version of Nouveau drops. I should have done those last, because when I went to put my glue down to glue my little gems on top, I was struggling to work out which was the white dots and which ones were my glue. So really wasn't with it today, but I had a great time, and this is the end result. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I do. I love how it looks, really pleased, and it is so quick and so simple. Once you die cut all those little buttons out, you're on your way. Here's the messy one where I feel like, oh, actually I wish I just used a ruler. I just drew lines, and then I put it on my desk and I threw a bunch of papers on top of it. I don't know what I was thinking. Today was not my day, so thank goodness I did a second round. But I did some wiggly wavy lines. I did the exact same thing as before, but I didn't use the twirly device. I just freehanded it, but of course you could use a ruler. And then obviously you could do triangles as well. You could go for octagons if you're really talented, but that's not where I'm talented at. But anyways, I hope you had a great time with me tonight, and I look forward to seeing you again next week. If you enjoyed my video and you enjoyed crafting along with me, please make sure to like, share, and subscribe to my videos. This is my full-time job, and I love it, and I would love to carry on doing this for many more years to come. So with that said, huge thanks to all of you for making this happen for me and letting me live the dream of being able to craft full-time and create. And I'm going to love you and leave you now, and I will share some photos with you of my fantastic holiday in Wales with my family and my husband's side of his family as well. And I hope you enjoy these beautiful photos. Wales was absolutely stunning, and we really enjoyed our time. So brace yourself for a lot of sheep and a lot of baby sheep, because that's what we saw a lot of. And enjoy the views of the countryside, some castles that we saw. And yes, the holiday home my mother-in-law rented did come with a swimming pool, which was so awesome. Hope you enjoy. Take care and have a fabulous weekend. Bye.